got out of that second inning?
Absolutely. I think we saw two different pitchers out there today. For whatever reason, he got a little methodical, was having trouble matching up and communicating, the game plan with Mac back there. It was really a struggle. The entire game for the first 2 innings was a struggle. And he saw us getting some action in the bullpen. He came out to the second inning, got out, and he said, "Please let me go back out there." And I said, "You're going back out there. Get out there and get something done." And that's just what he did for the next 3 innings. He went out there and got something done. So it was a good finish for him.
Was there a point there where he was about one hit and one walk away from coming out?
Absolutely. Yeah, truth be told. He doesn't get bottom. That's going to be the end of the day. He was able to do that, and then it just got way good in the next 3 innings.
Clint, this team fought at the end. Is this the kind of fight that kind of typifies this baseball team, the way they played all season long?
I believe so. The ball club has a lot of the same characteristics of the city. It's a blue-collar bunch. The names are household names from the East Coast to the West Coast. The names are big here. I believe there was a very solid step taken forward in building something. And I really believe that's one of the reasons that we had the largest season finale crowd that we've had in organizational history. The city appreciates hard work, no nonsense, no excuses. Roll your sleeves up, get dirty, find a way. And that ball club, that was our plan. Every day we took the field. Obviously, some days we executed better than others.
81 home games. Can you kind of characterize this season the way it's been? I mean, incredible highs, some incredible lows as well.
Well, I think if you're a fan and you're spending time in that clubhouse, you probably got all the emotions you had in you out on the table during the course of the season. I don't think we missed any. I know there was a buy-in in the clubhouse. A lot of voices. There was one heartbeat. I believe the fans appreciated that throughout the season. You saw the weekend crowd, their support even when it got ugly, and obviously the noise when it was good. And the finish today, we're 1 run short, and that's kind of the way it's been more often than not the last 50 games. But I'm proud of the effort. We've got to work on execution. But the fan support has been fantastic. At the end of the day, as I said earlier, I'm looking forward to spending the winter here and just thanking everybody I can for their support of our ball club this year.
I'm sure that James would have preferred to go 7 scoreless or whatever it might have been, but when he was as close to he was as being pulled in the second, to then come back and pitch the way he did, can he take a similar benefit or a similar positive reinforcement away from this game based on how he finished it?
I think you're absolutely spot on there. That's kind of where we've lived all year. We've been on the brink a lot of different times, and we found a way to put a foot down and make something good happen. We've got more work to do. The record isn't what we want. But steps we're taking, as I said earlier, to building something, I believe it's going to have significance. And going to get this city behind its ball club for an entire season. That's the goal for next season, to finish what we start. And we've got to start well next year. But James showed some fortitude. He showed some perseverance. He put the foot down. He put a foot down and just competed. I think that's one of the things our guys have learned this year. There comes a point in time in sport, it's not about mechanics. You can really take a game plan and throw it out the window. It's just time to compete. And I think our guys are able to figure that out. But that's important as anything else we do, is once we get between the lines, we compete and we get there.
Were the swings and misses that you saw after the second more of a result of him communicating a little bit better with Michael?
I think some of his stuff was just cleaner. His breaking ball was in play much better. Some change-ups, his fastball was much better commanded. So that's part of it. He was able to add and subtract, work in and out, more up and down. I think that would probably be the results of it more than anything.
You mentioned execution has been an issue, obviously in the late stretch here. Is it simply execution that's preventing this ball club from being a contending ball club, or are there some pieces missing as well?
No, I think, there's some pieces that we need to fortify. We've got some nice players in place. We found out what we have off the mound. I mean, I think when the season finished up last year, and you talked about the shape of the pitching here, I think there's a different conversation after the end of the season, as well as in the bullpen. I think the defense was able to step forward. Offensively, we've got work to do. We've got the players in place to do good things. We do have some areas that we'd like to, that we can't solve internally, that we're going to have to look outside and maybe add extra. But I think one of the great benefits is going to be another year's experience for this young group of men that have taken, from 1 year to 2, 2 years to 2 years to 3, and actually have had a taste of 3.5 months of being in the heat, being involved in things. And then to get thrown upside down and have to figure some things out just as important. So there wasn't a head held high at the end of the game. We felt like we were going to win, we were going to come back. But, the fight was there. We've got 3 games to play. I'll expect us to go to Milwaukee and throw everything out there again.
With that said, did you decide on a starter for Wednesday?
You've been just like a pit bull after this Wednesday started. Yes, we're going to start Jeff Locke.